Alright, so before we get into the video guys, I want to give a huge shout out to fruitlab for being this video's sponsor, and I'll talk more about that as the video goes on. Enjoy. So guys, let's talk about Octane in today's video, right? Now, it's no secret that ever since I kinda began playing Apex, Octane was never my favorite legend to use, and Octane was never my favorite legend to come across in Apex itself. Like, if an Octane was on my team, that just wasn't a good look, because most Octane randoms back in the day, like I would say up until this season, most Octane randoms used to be kinda useless on a team because he really only, had solo value. And Octane still has mostly solo value, but he has a bit more team value because of his recent changes in Season 8. Now, I've been one of the biggest critics when it comes to Octane. If you guys go back and look at my recent videos all the way back in Season 4 and Season 5, I made a lot of videos talking about Octane being trash and Octane being useless in Apex, and those videos were true back then. But since those seasons, obviously Respawn has tried to make many changes to Octane, and I've come to just tell all Octane mains, I'm sorry. Octane is no longer a liability. Octane is no longer one of the worst legends in this game. He's actually become like an A tier legend and even an S tier legend on some, legend lists, which to me is insane. Now, there's still those stereotypical Octane mains who just play like if they have, no sense of self and they just run and die. But that's the type of player who plays Octane, right? That's different from Octane himself being trash. The legend Octane now is in a much better place, but there are still some annoying Octane mains that exist in Apex. Now, the reason I wanted to make this video today isn't because we just figured out that Octane is good. Obviously, we kind of saw Octane progressing and becoming a very good legend all throughout Season 8. But Octane hit a very, I would say, big accomplishment recently, right? Because Octane was being used in the ALGs by Imperial HAL. Alright, there's a big deal because HAL is the biggest pro player out right now, and if everyone sees a pro player of that magnitude using Octane and actually being successful while using Octane in ALGs, then obviously more and more players are gonna want to actually try out Octane and see how good he can be. So that's what really made me want to make this video, just seeing how Octane has progressed so much and seeing what I've said about Octane in the past. I kind of feel bad, not really, because those videos kind of helped Respawn to realize that Octane wasn't very good. And yeah, Octane has progressed a lot. Let's talk about Octane first of all as a solo player, right? Now, before we continue the video guys, let me give a huge shout out to the video sponsor, and this is fruitlab. Now, for you guys out there who don't know what fruitlab is for some reason, fruitlab is basically a gaming platform where you can upload videos and watch videos while also getting paid. Now, how does this work? Well, basically guys, when you watch pre-roll ads on fruitlab, you earn something called pips. You can then use these pips in the fruitlab store to purchase vouchers or gift cards for like Xbox Live or PlayStation Store, Amazon, Steam, Apple Store, and the list goes on and on. Now, it's completely free to sign up for fruitlab, so I'll leave a link down below. Definitely go check it out. It's honestly a great way to support creators, and it's also just a really fun place to watch gaming content. And did I mention I have 3 exclusive videos going up on fruitlab that you won't get to see anywhere else? That's also a really good reason to click the link down below. So with that said, much thanks to fruitlab for actually sponsoring today's video. It's actually one of the most legit and fun apps to watch gaming videos I've seen so far, so don't be shy guys, click the link down below, go check out fruitlab and sign up as well. And now back to the video. Octane has always been, I would say, one of the best solo legends in this game because of his kit. His stim is insane, his jump pad is insane, and he obviously regens health over time, which are all just abilities that make for a very good solo legend, right? You regen health, you're very fast, you could third party very easily, you can dip out of gunfights very easily as well. So most solo players have always gravitated towards Octane because of his kit. Now, the real interesting thing here, right, is that Octane's kit didn't really change that much in Season 8. All that really took place was that his jump pad now has further distance, right? The real reason why Octane is so much more used right now in Apex is mainly because people have just realized that Octane is really good. Because in Season 7, Octane was basically the same legend without the jump pad buff, so he was still even good in Season 7. The biggest thing that took place in Season 8 to really make Octane, a much more viable legend was just awareness of Octane actually being good. More content creators talking about Octane, more streamers using Octane, and just more general talk about Octane being a good legend in this game. And the only real change that came about in Season 8 was his jump pad and his Revenant slash jump pad combo. So yeah, he's been good. He's been steadily improving, I would say, since season 5 or season 6. Alright, so I'm done giving Octane props. You know, we know he's good now, we know he's improved, and that's my kind of like apology to all of the Octane mains out there. I'm sorry I talked so badly about Octane for all of those seasons, but he kind of deserved it. He kind of deserved it. He's now good, so that's great, right? But just when Octane got good, Respawn kind of hinted at some upcoming Octane news. I made a video on this recently, guys, but I feel like Octane just doesn't need any nerfs right now in this game, especially because it took him so long to even reach this point. If Respawn were to give Octane a nerf in season 9, that might just be a little bit too, you know, early. I've said this in many different videos, but in my opinion, guys, a legend being used a lot doesn't mean a legend is overpowered or that a legend needs a nerf. Pick rate, while it does have some value to it, it doesn't really show enough information to like decide if a legend needs to get nerfed. And just because Octane's pick rate has been so high in season 8 doesn't mean he needs to get nerfed. I honestly feel like right now Octane is in a perfectly balanced spot. He definitely isn't overpowered, but he also isn't underpowered right now. Octane has a very specific role right now in Apex, and his role is, you know, it works for him. It makes sense. So I'm not a huge fan of Respawn wanting to nerf Octane so early on into his prime, like he just got good. And I feel like Octane players, Octane mains, even, you know, anyone who just plays Octane once a week or something, I feel like Octane just needs time to really develop, and just because his stats look good right now doesn't mean he needs to get nerfed. Let's give all of those Octane mains out there some time to really appreciate Octane being good in this game and being part of the meta, because he was so, you know, disregarded for so many seasons in this game. So yeah, if Respawn is watching this video by any chance, please give Octane some time to really, you know, become what he can become, and don't nerf him so quickly. He isn't OP, he isn't insane, he's balanced right now, he's balanced. And if he does become OP in the future, then Respawn should nerf Octane, but right now it just seems a little bit too early to make that decision. So yeah, with that said, guys, what are your thoughts right now on Octane in season 8? Do you think Octane needs a nerf? Do you think Octane is perfectly balanced? And again, to all the Octane mains out there, I'm sorry, Octane isn't trash anymore. He's actually useful right now. Once again, huge shout out to fruitlab for sponsoring today's video. Click the link down below to check them out, and I'll see you guys in some more Apex. Till next time.